Hello and welcome to another Pauper video. I'm kalikaiz and today we're playing Affinity. We're playing Affinity. This is going to be playing Affinity, sneaking in the Basking Broodscale Sadistically combo. So we're going to be playing our Mirror Enforcers, jamming in with huge creatures, our Refurbished Familiars to disrupt our opponent's hand. We've got Galvanic Blast for removal, Krark-Clan Shaman, all the Deadly Disputes and Reckoner's Bargains, plus the Broodscale and Sadistically combo, which has its own deck just in black-green. But I think what we're going to do here is actually slam it all together and make the deck even more powerful. So it's a mashup. We're going to be kind of backdooring this combo. It's not our main focus. And that, I think, is going to make both decks stronger. This is a Trophy League 5-0 list from one of the players in the Familiars Discord. There's been a lot of talk about how to build Glee and what are the different problems and the things that are really good about it. Obviously, this combo is insane because you just make infinite mana and you win the game. There's no way to go for infinite colors here in this specific list, but you do have the win con of makeshift munitions to just slam in, and making a big creature can be enough. Plus, you have Krark-Clan Shaman to clear the board and attack with your giant creature. Otherwise, this is generally a regular Affinity deck. I'm excited to take it into the league. If you want sideboard guides for the decks I like to play, check out Patreon, which is patreon.com/kalikaiz. Make sure to like and subscribe on this video. Let me know what you thought about the list. Let's see if we can optimize this and get both decks way... like, we have Affinity as the best deck. We have a Glee as potentially one of the best decks. Let's just make a better best deck. That would be sick. Make sure to check out cardmarket.com for additional ways to get cards if you're in Europe. They're the biggest seller of Magic the Gathering cards in Europe. And let's go ahead and get into the matches. Okay, round one, we're on the play. Let's see what we can do. Got Glee, some card draw. I guess I'm just going to keep it and see what happens here. The Galvanic Blast, we don't have the colors for. But we've got a lot of stuff to do, kind of, with the Reckoner's Bargains. Our opponent plays a Windscarred Crag. So they're on Boros Synth or Boros Bully. On another Reckoner's Bargain, we'll play Land and Pass. Probably Boros Bully here. Play Raffine's Informant. So this is a deck that generally is pretty good against Affinity because they can play so many Dust in the sideboard. Okay, we can play this Draw's Forge Bridge, getting our Galvanic Blast online. So if they are not representing the Prismatic Strands, which they can cast for free, tapping a white creature they control, then we can kill their Raffine's Informant or something, take it off the table. Opponent attacks for 3, we're going to go to 17. We have too many Reckoner's Bargains. Plays a Lunarch Veteran, Boros Garrison. Okay. Let's see what we draw. Vault of Whispers. I think I'm going to sacrifice my bridge here. I find a Wellspring. Play the Wellspring. And then next turn I can sacrifice the Wellspring, gain a little bit of life. I have the Chromatic Star. Let's see what they do. I'm really looking... They have a Battle Screech, so they're going wide fast. I'm looking for some Mirror Enforcers to hold down the ground. They Battle Screech again. Going to 25. Gets in for 3. Okay. Scary. We find a Refurbished Familiar. Okay, so let's play the bridge, play the Familiar. Opponent's going to have to discard, but that's sort of on their plan, so it's not the greatest for us. But at least I can trade this with the with this thing, since it has 2 power here. They discard a Boros Garrison, and they're very prepared for my deck. Plus, all these flyers are going to be a beating. But we can gain 2 life with the Reckoner's Bargain, or gain 4 life by sacrificing the Refurbished Familiar if they go for a removal spell on it. If they use the pump spell, like Rally the Peasants, and attack out, then we can kill one of their creatures with a Galvanic Blast. But this deck uses Rally the Peasants, which gives you +2/+0 instead of the Guardian's Pledge. Okay, they're going to hold up Strands. So I think I'm just going to try to block with the Refurbished Familiar. They're going to trade, okay. We take 4. Another Screech, that's scary. Let's Reckoner's Bargain going to 12. Find a bridge, fountain. Our opponent goes to 27. They Screech again. So right now they have 8 power in the air. Play another Wellspring. I feel like we got buried here. We need to be able to resolve some breath weapons post board. Krark-Clan Shaman's not going to do anything. Let's Reckoner's Bargain this. I don't even know what I'm looking for at the moment. I think we're just going to scoop it up. many tap lands. The Glee combo is doesn't seem like the greatest here. Maybe it is good. Okay, we need turn aside and negate. And then we're gonna get rid of the Krark-Clan Shamans because they don't do anything. And then some number of Galvanics probably. And bring in the breath weapons. Maybe we just don't need Galvanics at all. So we have the ability to counter their strands and breath weapon them. Okay, this seems fine. Maybe the Spell Bomb could be okay, or the Hydroblast, but I think this is just going to be lean and mean. We're hoping. And I didn't put any thought into the mana base. I just took the one that our 5-0 creator had used. So let's see how that goes. All right, we're on the play again. We have a much better hand here. Let's keep. We can bridge, turn to Fountain, and then go Familiar. Although, you know, they do want to discard their cards, so that's not great. But we do have 2 1-drops that, you know, can maybe interrupt them a little bit. Play the bridge, play the Fountain. So now we're up to 4 artifacts. This is 5, 6. If we find another artifact, we can play the Mirror Enforcer and both these Familiars this turn. So a land would be the best. They have a Boros Garrison picking up their Forgotten Cave, so they aren't currently representing Dust to Dust. We're going to discard the hand size, discarding a strand. So now we have bridge, 5 on table. We'll go refurbish Familiar, make you discard. Again, it doesn't really matter to them to discard probably. Play another refurbish Familiar. And we will play a Mirror Enforcer. Now we've got 8 power on the table on turn 3, so that's pretty sick. That's just normal affinity things. They Faithless Looting. So the only thing that we really did was get rid of the Thraben Inspector there. But our next turn is pretty mapped out. We can just go Munitions plus Chromatic Star and just jam. And then we have 8, and then start munitionsing all their stuff, and we should be able to take this game. We started fast. They have Gorilla Shaman. Interesting. I guess that's a reason to bring in some extra stuff. Find Sadistic Glee. Don't think I want that right now. First, let's attack for 8. Well, I guess I could have, interesting. I can actually, Glee my creature, and then poke them with the munitions, and then make my creature bigger. That could be pretty sweet. Okay, let's play out the munitions, lay out the Chromatic Star, and pass the turn. So if we were on black-green Glee, we'd basically just have nothing going on because we have the Sadistic Glee in hand and no Broodscale, but here we have 8 power that we're just jamming with. They bolt a Familiar. Okay. They tap out. We can play Vault of Whispers. I'm going to put Sadistic Glee on... I want to do that. Going to Munitions, the Thraben Inspector, sacrificing a Chromatic Star. See if I can draw into the Glee. Although I didn't find another thing anyway, so I guess that didn't work out. Now let's throw the Blood Token at the Thraben Inspector. And they're going to probably use the Strands here. Then we can kill the Thraben Inspector by sacrificing another land, which I think is fine. That thing is dead. We're going to attack for 6. They have no more Strands in the graveyard. Maybe I should have sacrificed the Blood Fountain, because now I can't use the Blood Fountain. I don't have any lands. Opponent's currently at 9. They do have the mana for Dust to Dust at the moment. Looks like they're going to do that. Kills the Mirror Enforcer and the Blood Fountain, so let's just throw the Mirror Enforcer at them. Okay, we find the Broodscale. Interesting. Well, attack for 2. Guess I'm going to pass. We don't have green mana. I think me sacrificing the Vault of Whispers was a problem. They would have just gone after my creature anyway. Okay, Rafine's Informant. We're going to blast it in response to the Connive, sacrificing the land. That thing's dead. I'm definitely riding the line of very risky scenario here. Now they have Dust to Dust. Okay, we're going to Reckoner's Bargain the Familiar, draw some cards, draw a Wellspring. Okay, play the bridge, pass the turn. So now if we can find green mana, we can probably kill them with the Glee combo, which would be a surprise for our opponent. They're just trying to dust us out. We're so far ahead on life, we're just... my tempoing them didn't seem like it got there. Has a Faithless Looting from the graveyard. discard Thraben Inspector, Battle Screech. We have 3 lands. They're going to Dust to Dust again. That's annoying. I probably shouldn't have F6 there. I'm not used to playing Affinity. I could have at least thrown my land at them. Okay, Ichor Wellspring. Our opponent had played another land on their turn, but I forgot to comment it. Sorry. And now we find a Deadly Dispute, so I have to play the Mistvault Bridge, and then in 2 turns I'll have the Glee combo, because I can Deadly Dispute the Wellspring, getting the green mana. They play Thrilling Discovery. Discards a Sneaky Snacker, so they're on the Snacker build, which is kind of cool. Should not F6 still. They cycle an Ash Barrens, finding a Plains. No more lootings in the graveyard. Plays a Novice Inspector. Plays a land, picking up their Forgotten Cave, so they can now cycle it. Let's see. Looks like they're just going to crack the clue later. That uses their mana better. Find a Slagwood's Bridge. Deadly Dispute the Wellspring right now. And then I can just play the Broodscale out. Let's go green here, off the treasure, play the Broodscale. And now the sneakiness is like, what is going on, huh? Never saw it coming. They're going to be dead to my combo. They're tapping for red. They cycle the Forgotten Cave. What's next? Okay, here comes something else. Is it a Dust to Dust? They Dust to Dust my green source. Okay. Bolts the Broodscale. Come on. It's in for 1. Okay, so we have Turn Aside now. At least that's useful. They just Dust to Dust this into the ground. That was the 4th Dust to Dust. So here we can crack for green, play the Broodscale, play the Glee, shoot this with a land, and then if they don't have Prismatic Strands, they're dead. They get in for 3. We go to 18. I'll play the Vault of Whispers, crack this for green, play a Broodscale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to play this. I don't know if I should play the Sadistic Glee on it right now. I guess it's fine. Play the Glee. I think I'm going to hold up the Turn Aside at the moment. So I'm threatening to combo. They have 2 cards in hand, so I'm just kind of nervous of doing it at the moment. But next turn I can play See the Synod, play my own Mirror Enforcer, and then shoot them with my Mirror Enforcer going off with infinite mana. They crack a clue. 3 cards in hand. They scoop to the combo. Sweet. Yes. So this is a tough one because they seem to be focused on trying to kill all of our stuff. So they've got Gorilla Shaman, but Breath Weapon does take out Gorilla Shaman. So I guess I'm not going to bring in the Hydroblasts. Let's just stick to the plan. Yeah, that's not going to be a hand I can keep. We got no lands here. Mulligan. Mulligan again. We have some number of lands. We have quad Refurbished Familiar. I don't think I can keep 4 of them. Let's just put back 2. And I'm looking to go turn 2 Familiar and then dispute it maybe. Play another Familiar. Let's see. I can play the Mistvault Bridge. I have a Turn Aside. So the Turn Aside is pretty nice. You wonder if I should keep the Turn Aside up or play the Refurbished Familiar on 2. I guess it's dependent on whether or not I think they're going to have Dust to Dust available. They're going to Faithless Looting here. Discards double Snacker. So they're probably looking to get the Snackers on the table next turn. There's a Novice Inspector. So if they have an untapped land, they have the Dust to Dust. I'm going to just go Vault of Whispers into Refurbished Familiar. I'm going to bank on them not having an untapped land here. Well, I'm banking on them not having untapped land plus Dust to Dust, so let's see what happens. There's the land. There's their Faithless Looting. That's not Dust to Dust. Okay, so they get their Sneaky Snackers back. If I'm going to trade a card, the Refurbished Familiar with a card, I'd probably rather trade it for the Sneaky Snacker, although those are going to be like pretty easy for them to get back. Okay, our opponent attacks for 1. I mean, we do have Breath Weapons to handle Snackers. Let's play the Refurbished Familiar. Play an island. See the Synod here, not an island. That's the turn. Now I'm on defense. I'm thinking block, block. Okay. Block here. Block here. And Deadly Dispute this Refurbished Familiar, actually. Finding a Negate and a Slagwood's Bridge. So now I'm not in a good way. I could try to negate their Faithless Looting on a different turn. We have a Dust, we have the turn aside. Boink. On a Reckoner's Bargain, I'll play my Slagwood's Bridge and pass. I can negate a Faithless Looting. Play a Thraben Inspector, okay. Plays a Boros Garrison. So I can't let them get another creature on the table. 2 mana for Rafine's Informant. Okay, and now they're probably going to flash back the Battle Screech. So I think I have to Reckoner's Bargain away the Vault of Whispers, looking to find the Breath Weapon, hopefully, and then I will be in a good spot. Bargain this. Find the Breath Weapon. Very nice. They get in for 2. Okay, we find a Broodscale. Let's play the Vault of Whispers, and then pass the turn. They draw a card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage. But I feel like I have to take the damage because I need to not let them get their snackers back. Oh, they can't currently Faithless Looting anyway. Okay, Breath Weapon. If they have an untapped land, they do. So they played Novice Inspector, and now they're going to play Crack a Clue, get your 2 sneaky snackers back. That is solid. Play a Bridge. Get my Broodscale on the table. It can block a Novice Inspector at least. We have Negate and Deadly Dispute. I mean, I think this is probably a pretty bad matchup for Affinity overall, so I feel like we're holding our own. I get in for 4. We're at 11. Okay, let's we could Deadly Dispute the land right now. We'll have 4 lands left over. Then trying to find the combo. Get rid of Vault of Whispers. They're gonna Crack a Clue in response. They Thraben Charm my guy. That stinks. On the Blood Fountain. Let's Ichor Wellspring. Go Ichor Wellspring here. Looking for Mirror Enforcers. Didn't find one. Land. Play the Blood Fountain. This is kind of nice because I can get back my 2 Refurbished Familiars. Holding up the Negate here. Opponent draws a card. Right now they have 5 power on the table. They're going to Dust to Dust. It looks like. Yep. We're just going to Negate. Plays a land, going to 22. They get in for 5. Okay. We need an untapped land if we want to get both our familiars back. Regular land. So let's get back the 2 refurbished. And then play a refurbished familiar and see what they get rid of in their hand. If they have like a lightning bolt, they can just bolt us, like get in and then bolt us dead. They discarded a Prismatic Strands. Still have Faithless Looting in the graveyard. Plays a Battle Screech. That's really scary. Another Battle Screech. Well, I'm going to block. We go to 4. So they have 5 power even if we have a blocker. We find the Breath Weapon. But I need a counterspell. Play the Chromatic Star and cycle it for black. Find a Reckoner's Bargain. I can play the Refurbished Familiar. Make them discard a card. I can gain 4 life by sacrificing the Refurbished Familiar. They discard a Plains. Or I can trade and go Reckoner's Bargain the Wellspring, putting myself to 6 and take 5. And then if they tap all their creatures to attack, then we have the Breath Weapon. They still have the Faithless Looting in the graveyard, though. They can get the Sneaky Snackers back pretty easily. They're going to Looting here. Just to get the Snacker back right away. Okay. We have 1 more Negate in the deck. I think they're trying to figure out if they should hack with everything or hold up the Prismatic Strands. So if I Reckoner's Bargain right now, well, I think I just have to block. Okay. I'm going to block. And then I'm going to Reckoner's Bargain. Going to 6 life. Finding a Mirror Enforcer. And a Broodscale. Okay. I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I should discard the Bridge. Not sure. The fact that they have the Strands here, it really stinks for me. I'm going to discard the Bridge and see what we can draw. Another Bridge. That didn't help. So turn aside is not Negate, so we cannot take the dub. Okay. The Broodscale. We catch our opponent F6ing. They didn't. GG. Okay, GG. Let's go to round 2. Round 2. This player likes to play fairies and such. We have some lands and Chromatic Star, Galvanic Blast. I feel like this is good. Broodscale over here. Let's start with the Dross Forge Bridge and pass the turn. That turns our Galvanic Blast online on turn 1. They go Island, no Fairy. I'll play... They could have a Spell Pierce here. Play the Chromatic Star, whatever. They Spell Pierce, so it's fine, I guess. Lame. We play the Mist Vault Bridge. Okay, it looks like they're on Mono Blue Terror over this... Okay, Blue Black Terror. Plays Dimir Aqueduct. Is this even Terror? Like what? This control deck? We have the Glee combo. 1, 2, 3. We need some more mana to be able to cast the Mirror Enforcer here. I definitely gave them a really good turn there by playing into their Spell Pierce really early. Finding a Deadly Dispute. I have to pass, I think. Now they have 4 mana, so they can just jam the Monarch if they want. Or like a Murmuring Mystic. Okay, they pass the turn. Find a Wellspring. I will attempt to cast a Wellspring. They can just counterspell it. If they don't counter it, we will be feeling a lot better. So this resolves. Okay, I'll just try to play this Refurbished Familiar. They're going to Brainstorm looking for a counterspell. So they didn't have the counterspell. They only have the Spell Pierce, it looks like. Maybe they're just brainstorming looking for something to discard. They're going to discard a Snuff Out. Okay. They cast down my Refurb. Right now we have 4 artifacts on the table. Mirror Enforcer costs 3 mana. They play a Bajuka Bog. Looks like they're going to play an Angler here. Oh, Ninja of the Deep Hours. Interesting. So I'm going to start with Deadly Dispute on the Wellspring. So they are a Fairies deck. A blue-black Fairies deck, it looks like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can Refurbish Familiar. That puts 6 artifacts on the table. And then I can Galblast the Ninja or play a Mirror Enforcer. They've used 2 removal spells already. They'd have to have 2 more removal spells in hand. I'm going to play the Mirror Enforcer. They cast a Murmuring Mystic. Plays a land. And probably a cast down on the Mirror Enforcer. Extract a Confession, getting rid of the Mirror Enforcer. It's fine. Okay, I'll kill your ninja with my Familiar. Find a Vault of Whispers. I'm going to start on the Reckoner's Bark, or the Wellspring in case I draw a green land. We have double Galvanic for... I'm going to Reckoner's Bargain here. We have double Galvanic for the Murmuring Mystic at some point if we need. Play a land. Pass the turn. I'm going to drop the Reckoner's Bargain or the Wellspring. I feel like I'm going to discard the Bargain here. That makes the most sense to me. They play an Escape Tunnel. They have 1 card in hand. My guess is that that 1 card in hand is a Spellsetter Sprite. They put us to 20. Find a Krark-Clan Shaman. I'm going to start off with Thoughtcast. Okay, I find the green land. Let's play out a Wellspring here. Finding a Deadly Dispute. I don't think the Krark-Clan Shaman is that necessary. I'm going to discard that. Next turn we can Glee them. They attack for 2 again. Okay. We're going to Deadly Dispute the Wellspring. Finding the Mirror Enforcer. Another green bridge. The Mirror Enforcer currently costs 0, which is awesome. Play the Thoughtcast. A Chromatic Star. Let's play the Chromatic Star here. See if they want to Spell Stutter me. I can blast their Spell Stutter. They didn't want to. I'll play the bridge. And then play out my Broodscale. And now our opponent is once again confused because we are playing nonsense, which I love. Passing the turn. Bunch of lands in hand. We've got 8 damage in the hand as well. They can't attack with their Murmuring Mystic. They're going to attack with the 1/1. They don't ninja it. Plays an Augur of Boros. Let's respond to the trigger by Deadly Disputing the Chromatic Star. Because if they draw into a counterspell, I just want to have gotten this off. Find a Familiar and a Reckoner's Bargain. Way too many lands now. They reveal a Brainstorm. They can Brainstorm and then sacrifice the Escape Tunnel. Right now they only have 3 mana. Okay, they Escape Tunnel to clear the Brainstorm. My turn. They could have counterspells here. We have 12 power on the... We have 12 damage here in hand. Let's start with the Refurbished Familiar. They discard a Brainstorm. Play a land. I'm going to Reckoner's Bargain this Refurbished Familiar. Play a Mirror Enforcer. I will play the makeshift munitions. They have a counterspell. Okay. Now we can glee the Broodscale, murder your augur, and then now the Broodscale is infinitely large, and we'll just start attacking here. Now I have a bunch of big creatures that they're probably not gonna be able to deal with. If they block with the Mystic, we can just pop it off with the Galvanic. Yeah, I didn't want to double Galvanic the Mystic because it's kind of annoying. Bonk. Okay. Now we get a bunch of spawns as well. Your turn. This is definitely more mid-rangey, but fun. They're casting a Gurmag. Okay. Take my turn. Finding a refurbished familiar. Let's see what was in your hand, huh? Just resolves straight away. They discard an island. Play a land. So I can attack with everything. They have to block this. They're probably going to try to eat this. They trade 2 for 1. I guess I'm just going to start with attacking with the Broodscale. They get to just jump here, though, which is kind of sucky. Maybe I Galvanic their other bird, and then they have to block with the Angler next turn. Okay, let's do that. Kill the bird. Pass the turn. So now we have 10 power that they cannot block because they have to block this Broodscale. We have so many permanents. I cannot believe it. Oh, I found a Sadistic Glee, so I'll just put that on the... I could put it on the Refurbished Familiar here. But now I'm nervous that you drew into a Spellsetter Sprite. Let's get in. Okay, they block the Broodscale and they take 10. I'm gonna just play a land and pass. They play a land from hand. So now we have lethal on the board in many ways. So we'll just attack. We have a 10-10, we have 10 power. And they die. Sweet. Okay, that went okay. We don't have any Pyroblasts, which is kind of a problem. We do have a couple of negates. I don't know if the negates are even better than just bringing the breath weapon. Parkland Shaman seems pretty bad. So we'll play the removal pile game. This hand is interesting here. We're on the draw. I'm going to keep it and see if we can get a land off the top. This is classic though. If they spell pierce me, it'll be maybe a problem. We find a land. Oh, very easy. Double familiar in hand is awesome. Play the Drawsforge Bridge and pass the turn. So if they play like... Okay, they're going to get a Contaminated Aquifer, potentially holding up Spell Pierce still. So I can just go land, refurbish familiar. Okay, what are you going to discard? They discard a blue Elemental Blast. That makes sense. They cycle DeLorean Revealed, grabbing another Contaminated Aquifer. So that's going to leave them, I guess, with a decent amount of mana. Let's see what they play. Extract a Confession, kill my creature. Go Chromatic Star. Play the Refurbished Familiar. I wonder if I can crack this for black while I cast it. Maybe. Sweet. So we draw a card there. Get the Refurbished Familiar in play. We did not get the point where we were able to get our next land though. Mind Stab. Target player discards 3 cards for 5. Weird. They have a Thorn in the Black Rose. I'm going to attack you for 2. Take the Monarchy. Then just Galvanic Blast your creature. So they didn't see that I had red mana because I was holding this Chromatic Star in hand. Kill that. Okay, they have to get back on the table again. We're going to hold the Monarchy for at least a turn. Unless they just slam the Monarch again. They're brainstorming. Plays a land. No Monarch. We have a Broodscale. Play my bridge. So I'm nervous that they have a Spellsetter Sprite. I can play the Ichor Wellspring or the Broodscale. I'm going to play the Broodscale for more creatures on the table, just to try to hold down the fort for the Monarch. They're going to double Spellsetter Sprite. Wow. Okay, well they did have the Spellsetter Sprites then, huh? Let's play a Blood Fountain. And I'm not going to attack. We draw for the Monarchy. They get in. I'm not going to do anything about this. They play an Okiba Gang Shinobi. Okay, so what do I want to do here? I can discard Wellspring Deadly Dispute. And if I can draw into the next thing. The Okiba Gang is annoying. I'll discard Wellspring Deadly Dispute here. Definitely need to take that out if I can. They have 1 card in hand, 3 cards in hand. We know that they have Spell Stutter. Play the Chromatic Star. Let's Deadly Dispute the Chromatic Star. Drawing a Reckoner's Bargain and a Broodscale. I can play the Broodscale here. Green, Broodscale. Play this bridge. Oops, I didn't attack. Oh, that sucks. Yep, that's a problem with having the F6 on, or the F8. I pressed OK to get to the next phase, and then I threw it completely. They snuff out my creature. I'm gonna get in. This is an easy block for me if they don't have a removal spell. Get rid of your Okiba gang. Okay. We can get back both of our refurbished familiars. No, we can't. Okay. They cracked the thing. We're in a very bad way. That really was bad. We have a Mirror Enforcer. Okay. Going to Blood Token, discarding the munitions. Another Mirror Enforcer. Play the Seed of the Synod. Okay, maybe we can recover here. The Mirror Enforcers are a pretty big game. If they have a removal spell, I can Reckoner's Bargain it. Play another land. Goes for Augur of Boros. Problem is that they can just counter the Reckoner's Bargain with the Spellstutter Sprite. Reveal a Loose Focus. They want to hold on to the Monarchy. Okay. Right now they can lose focus basically anything I do. Because they can do replicate it a bajillion times. We'll attack. Yeah. They're going to keep their Spellstutter alive and give me the Monarchy. Really? I'm not sure about that. What? Okay. I'll kill the Spellstutter. And the Augur of Boros. So what do you have? Like a pump spell? Echoing Decay. Okay. So Spellstutter is dead. My creature is dead. I'm the Monarch. I'm going to play a Thoughtcast. Finding a Reckoner's Bargain. So if I play the Vault of Whispers here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I Reckoner's Bargain a land and they counter it, then I can get back my Mirror Enforcer with a Blood Fountain. Bargain this land. Okay, play a Mirror Enforcer. Sweet. Got him. Very nice. Okay, we draw for the Monarch. They flash in the Spellstutter Sprite. Yep, can't do anything about that. Let's see what we get off the Monarchy. Slagwood's Bridge, not very good. But we do have 8 power on the table. We can get back a Mirror Enforcer. They're going to have to attack here. Now they can counter anything again. Maybe I should have Reckoner's... Well, I need to keep these on the table for attacking. Hardcast Gurmag. Okay. And a Wellspring. So I'm going to attack for 8. They have to block both. We lose a Mirror Enforcer. And then we just get them all back. Play this Slagwood's Bridge. Blood Fountain back to 2 Mirror Enforcers. And then I'll play them out. Enforcer. Oh, counterspell, huh? Another Enforcer. Play out a Wellspring. So they still have Lose Focus in hand. And they have 6 power on the table. And get in for 1. Hopefully they don't have another Okiba gang. Go to 13. They snuff out my creature. Man. Okay, let's start with Reckoner's Bargain on the Wellspring. Draw a card. Nothing good. Draw some more cards. Still nothing good. That really sucks. Now they've stuffed us. They still have Lose Focus in hand. And I can't do anything about that. I'm just drawing a million cards because of the darn Monarch. Yikes. They can basically counter anything they want as long as they tap out. We're going to go to 14. Draw a million cards. Plays a island. That counterspell there really wrecked me. Minus Sadistic Glee. That doesn't do anything. 2, 3, 4, 5. Then Mistvault Bridge. They're hiding behind their 5/5. My 0 mana 4/4 is not as good as a 5/5. They play an Escape Tunnel. And they're going to get in for 1, putting me to 13. Need another Wellspring. Plays a Fairy Seer. Very nice. So they can tax me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm going to end step Deadly Dispute, trying to get them to do the tap out thing. They don't tap out. We have double Sadistic Glee. I'm gonna lead on Lawcast. Okay, I find the Blood Fountain. I'm going to try to sadistically my Mirror Enforcer, and then play a land and go Breath Weapon, which will make my Mirror Enforcer a 6/6 if this resolves. It Blue Blast it. Dang. Play a Wellspring. And a Galvanic Blast. I will attempt to Galvanic Blast your Spellstutter. Okay, now I have a 5/5. I still can't attack. Maybe I should have gone for the Double Glee first. Double Glee, kill your thing, make it a 6/6. They have a cast down. Man, Donkulus. We need to be able to resolve the Blood Fountain somehow. I was trying to get them to tap out for their lose focus, but they have been very diligent about not doing that. They get in. So I guess a Broodscale could maybe force it. Another Wellspring. Play the Wellspring. Okay. Play this Broodscale. Attempt to Glee the Broodscale. They just hardcast another Snuff Out. Monarchy gave them too much stuff. We'll see you in round 3. Here I am. I thought that we lost the match entirely because I was so distraught, but that was only game 2. I guess there's a possibility that I should be on negate somehow, but I don't know what I should cut. Maybe we can cut even more of the combo and be harder on being an Affinity deck. Some number of negates. So the combo is plan B here. Is this good enough? We have a bunch of lands and an Enforcer. But if I draw any number of dispute or draw effect, I think we're good. I'm going to keep, because I'm a little bit taking a risk here. Play the bridge, pass the turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So maybe we can play out the Mirror Enforcer on turn 3. This was supposed to be a fast league, everybody. Asphalt Bridge, Chromatic Star. That's 3 artifacts. Our opponent attacks for 1. Okay. We will play a Dark Moss Bridge, pass the turn. Looks like they don't have a land drop. They're getting in for 1. Okay, we're at 18. They play a Dimir Aqueduct, picking up their land. So now we're going to go 5 artifacts on the table. 6. Our Wellspring enters the battlefield. Play Refurbished Familiar for 1 mana. And then put 2 Mirror Enforcers on the table. That's a pretty good turn. Let's see what they discard. We're also getting around their counterspell for the Mirror Enforcers. Block their Fairy Seer. Mirror Enforcer into Mirror Enforcer. Okay, that has worked out so far. I think I'll trade the Refurbished for the Fairy Seer right away, turning their Spellstutter sprite a little bit worse, making sure they can't Okiba-gang me. What are you going to do? No attacks for our opponent. Okay. Find a Deadly Dispute. I'm going to play the bridge and attack with my 4/4s. They have a cast down. Annoying. Okay. I could play the Wellspring. That plays into them having a Spellstutter sprite, which I don't like very much. I already played a land for turn, so there's not really any sense in cycling the star here. Okay, our opponent's passing. They have 5 mana available. We have to watch out for the loose focus. Play another land. I'll go ahead and attack. Maybe I should have cracked the star just to cycle it on their end step. I kind of forgot to do that, to be honest. They're going to 12. 4/4 is pretty strong. Let's see if we can fade all of their powerful cards like their one of relics. They're brainstorming. 4 mana. Snuff Out. I'm going to Deadly Dispute the Wellspring. If I can find another Deadly Dispute effect. I don't really want to Deadly Dispute the Mirror Enforcer when I have the Wellspring as an additional card to draw. Let's just cycle this Chromatic Star for black. Okay, just more lands. Play a Bajuka Bog. Gets rid of my Mirror Enforcers, which is not great. Certainly not great. Find a Thoughtcast, which is great. A Refurbished Familiar. Okay. Sweet. Get rid of a card. Spellstutter Sprite. I'm going to attack you. Now that I have the Blood Fountain I can play. Okay, they're going to take it. Let's play a Wellspring. Draw a card. We have the Broodscale. Play a red land. Play out our Blood Fountain. and then put another creature on the table with the Broodscale here. Mid-range beats. I guess just having a little bit of the Broodscale combo in makes them scared of the combo the whole time, which is actually awesome. Okay, they're passing. Holding up their loose focus or whatever. Find a Galvanic. I don't really need any more green sources, so I'll play this Dross Forge Bridge. And then I'm going to attack you. These ones. No blocks. They're blocking the refurbished. Okay. I forgot to adapt. Dang it. Okay, let's play the Wellspring, since they have to have double Spellstutter Sprite here to counter it. They let that resolve. What are you going to do? Kill my creature, I'll get him back. They're going to play a 4-drop of some kind. They're considering their options. Thorn of the Black Rose. Okay. Going to just loot away a land. And then I'm going to adapt this thing. And I suppose I could also Deadly Dispute a Wellspring, since they only have Spellstutter Sprite available. Finding another Galvanic. Okay. They draw a card for turn. So if they use a cast down to kill the familiar, they're dead. They use a snuff out to kill the familiar, they're dead. Let's draw a card first. The Wellspring here. Find Sadistically. Okay, so I can put the Sadistically on the Broodscale. Then if they respond with Spellstutter Sprite, I double bolt them. Or I could put the Sadistically on the Refurbished Familiar. Just put it on the Broodscale. Might as well. Okay. Now I'm going to go make a mana. So my plan here is to make a bunch of mana, get back my Refurbished Familiar, and cast it. I feel like they're sitting on a Spellstutter Sprite. Get back the Refurb. I'm going to go ahead and cast the Refurbished. They discard a Swamp. Well, let's just go ahead and swing in for the Monarchy. Okay, our opponent goes to 6. Looks like. Nope. They're going to go cast down. Okay. Galvanic. And Galvanic. GG. Can't believe we took it. I was so distraught. Ah, feels good. Bolt face, baby. Let's go to round 3. Round 3 on the draw versus Diderd. We have 1 land. Mulligan that one. Okay, much better. Let's keep it. 2, 3, 4, 5. So I guess the thing that we are least likely to use here is the Broodscale. Probably. Let's just put that to the bottom. Play the Mistvault Bridge and pass the turn. And now I'm hoping that I draw another land, of course, or something to put on the table so the Thoughtcast will be cheaper. Our opponent's on Haunted Mire, so they're probably on Broodscale or Jund, or on all sorts of things. Vault of Whispers, pass the turn. Next turn we have Vault of Whispers, 1 mana Thoughtcast. Okay, they're on Broodscale, so we need to have our Galvanics online. They're duressing us. Lame. Guess I should yield this till the next end step. Okay, they take the Galvanic. All right, my turn. 3, 4, or 3 mana. So this costs 2. Draw. Okay, Refurbished Familiar is good. Let's see what our opponent discards. They discard an Eviscerator's Insight. That's pretty solid. 2, 3, 4, 5. So a Mirror Enforcer will cost 2 here. And then we can start just digging for interaction. Things like Krark-Clan Shaman. Okay, so we have to get through their potential 7 more interactive spells. Play a Malevolent Rumble. Mephitic Draught's interesting. Let's see what they take. They probably take the Broodscale. They can't take the Duress. They're going to choose Ichor Wellspring. So they have Broodscale at least in hand. Land, play Mirror Enforcer, and attack. I mean, if they have the combo here, then we're dead. Can't really do anything about it. Little did they know we are also trying to combo. It's going to F6. They have an Ichor Wellspring. They're doing some more setup. Plays a Colony Garden that can block. Finding a Mistvault Bridge. Let's attack. Going to Deadly Dispute away one of these Vault of Whispers. Finding another Dispute. Let's play Mistvault Bridge. Can't really afford to get rid of all of my threats, but I could maybe Deadly Dispute the Refurbished Familiar if in the pinch. Just looking for a burn spell. Our opponent's just going to pass after playing a Forest. looks like. Okay. Find another Mist Vault Bridge. Let's attack. Okay, they're going to chump at the plant and Deadly Dispute the plant away, or Eviscerator's Insight it. They take 2. I'm going to Deadly Dispute my Refurbished Familiar, looking for interaction. 1. We can go land, Enforcer, even play a Broodscale of our own. Broodscale, get ready. Like, what? What? Okay, they Deadly Dispute. So if they have the combo here, that's probably not going to be something we can get through, because we'd have to Deadly Dispute our Mirror Enforcer trying to find a Galvanic Blast. They could always just not have it. They probably have Basking Broodscale in hand. We have 10 power on the table. They have Malevolent Rumble. They don't find the Broodscale. They find Rumble, Swamp, Invoker, Rumble. They take the Invoker, plays a Swamp, plays a Broodscale. So here, if they have it, that's GG. So I have to go Deadly Dispute my own Broodscale, or Deadly Dispute my land. I'll dispute my land away, looking for a removal spell. Found the Galvanic. So they cannot currently play the Invoker and kill me this turn. They have to have a Snakeskin Veil or some other protection spell. Looks like they're going to Eviscerator's Insight their creature. That's really good for me, because now I have 10 power on the table. They're going to have to block with their spawn. There's a chance also that I go infinite. Find a Mirror Enforcer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Play the Refurbished Familiar. They discard a Twisted Landscape. We'll play a Mirror Enforcer. Attack you for 10. You have to block with your spawn. Okay. And then just going to bargain away this Familiar. Finding a Blood Fountain and Bridge. So we're out of stuff to do, but we stopped one of their full combos, and they are down to just 2 Broodscales in the entire deck. Play a Chromatic Star. We can also, 3, 4, if we draw a land, we can Blood Fountain back double Familiar. Plays a Chromatic Star. I wonder if I'd want to just cut the combo and go full Affinity. They're sacrificing the Chromatic Star for green. Okay, draws a card. They have 3 mana available, so they can't really combo here. They're probably just dead. Plays a Broodscale as a blocker. Concedes? You concede? Yes, they do. Very nice. And the negate maybe is good. I don't think Breath Weapon is that good. Hydroblast obviously doesn't matter. Turn aside doesn't matter. So I think we just work on being the Affinity deck, and then maybe we'll randomly combo them. It's pretty funny because as I play all these Affinity decks with the combo, I keep cutting the combo and just being the Affinity deck post board. You know, what does that mean? That means that Affinity is kind of messed up. I'll keep this one, get rid of 1 land. We're going to go red land into blue land so we can hold up negate. Our opponent leaves on a Chromatic Star. Play a Bridge. And now we have a Chromatic Star, so we can play the Star this turn, play the Bridge, and then the next turn hold up negate or bargain. They play a Wellspring. They're at 4 cards in hand. They mulligan to 6, it looks like. We find our Glee. And play this out, play the Bridge, pass the turn. So in 52 cards, we could find one of our other 2 combo parts. They play a Memphitic Draw going to 19, and a land, and a Duress. So do you want to take the negate, or the bargain, or the Glee, or the Wellspring? There's lots of options. They take the bargain. That makes sense. I'm just going to play out my Wellspring here and go shields down, trying to continue to draw cards. They play Malevolent Rumble, finding Glee, Insight, Memphitic Drop, and Tree of Tales. They choose the Glee, which makes sense. The Eviscerator's Insight the Draught, going back to 6 cards in hand. Awesome for them. Play my tap land. Now I have Galvanic Blast and Negate. I'm the control deck, baby. Okay. A Duress. I'm going to Deadly Dispute in response, putting more cards in hand. I can still hold up the Negate and the Galvanic, but I wanted to draw those cards. And I have a Krark-Clan Shaman. That's going to be tough for them to get through all of that. But I currently have no threats, so I'm looking to draw into some of those. Okay, they take the Negate. Wonder what that means. Right now they're ahead on cards, but they've used a Malevolent Rumble. There's another Malevolent Rumble. So they can't take this Snakeskin Veil. They choose Haunted Mire, Bloodrite Invoker in the graveyard. They play the Haunted Mire. So we know there's Glee in their hand still. I mean, this is pretty easy. Just play the Chromatic Star, Red Land, and the Krark-Clan Shaman. And if I can find a way to kill their creature, I could just Glee the Krark-Clan Shaman, and then I can have like a ridiculously powerful Krark-Clan Shaman. So that is a pretty good option, actually. Should have maybe done that. They play a Malevolent Rumble, finding Haunted Mire, Chromatic Star, Wellspring. I'm kind of interested to see if this Krark-Clan Shaman can go the distance here with the Glee. Finding Galvanic. So they're going to take my Galvanic Blast. Bummer. Okay, we're going to draw some cards. Blood Fountain. Play the Blood Fountain out. I'm going to cycle this star for black. Star, cycle this one for black. Refurbish Familiar. Okay, boom. They discard a Wellspring. I'm going to put a Sadistic Glee on the Refurbished Familiar. Then I'll go land and play a Chromatic Star. And now I can make a ginormous, like I can give this thing +3 right now, making it a 5/4. They can't snuff out it. Every time they sacrifice a spawn, it's going to get huger or more big. Plant Ichor Wellspring. A Colony Garden. So they have another plant. A Deadly Dispute, a Wellspring. Okay. So I can just sacrifice this right now and then get it right back and put it back on the table. Let's draw. Draw first. Finding a bridge. Going to sacrifice the Chromatic Star. Finding a Mirror Enforcer. Bunch of creatures die. Now my thing is gigantic. And I'm going to go ahead and get back the Krark-Clan Shaman. Play it out. Play a Mirror Enforcer. And attack you for 6. Now this is sweet. We turned our Refurbished Familiar into a giant beater. I'm leaving the bridge in my hand, and you know, they won't know what's going on, but I can always just like Blood Token, discard it. They go for the Duress. Got him. Very nice. 1 for 0. Plays the Basking Broodscale. Plays a Sadistic Glee. Okay, so now I want to just try to kill everything. I think I'm going to start with, I'm going to sacrifice this, and this. That's 4 damage. They could have the thing that gives it indestructible. Well, let's start with discarding a card, see if I can find a removal spell. Did not. All right. Sacrifice. 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 7. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay. Get some counters on my things. Yielding through the turn. So do you have to have something that gives it indestructible. Or give it 2 counters right now. And it looks like they're going to adapt it, making it a 3/3. Maybe I should have dealt it 5 damage? Okay, now what are you going to do? Snakeskin Veil, making it a 4/4. I should have gone harder. They have another Snakeskin Veil, making it a 5/5. Okay. Do you have the win condition? Because otherwise you're dead. You're going to just attack with our ginormous creature. They have to have the Invoker in hand. I should have just sacrificed everything. I guess that was a mistake. I really expected them to have the thing that give it a... Oh, they don't have a creature to sacrifice. They can play the Invoker, but they have no way to make any spawns. Then they're dead. Yes! Amazing. Wow. Okay. Cool. All right. So because of the board wipe, they didn't sacrifice their spawn in response, or yeah, it was all before the Glee came onto the table, so they didn't have any spawns to sacrifice, and then we just swing in. I should have probably made this in a 12/12, but fair enough. Sweet. Let's go to the next. Round 4 versus Hellkito. Okay, we have turn 2 Refurbished. We also have Blood Fountain. I'm going to keep this. Looks pretty good. They play an Arbor Elf. All right. So we definitely want to be playing out our bridges. Play the bridge. And then I guess turn 2 we play another bridge and the Blood Fountain, and then turn 3 we dump our hand. So we probably have to try to combo them. Plays a Malevolent Rumble, revealing Hunter, Chrysalis, Hunter, and Wild Growth. I'm surprised that they didn't have any more ramp here. chooses Avenging Hunter, plays a land. 2, 3, 4, 5. So they can get the Avenging Hunter down this turn. So I guess I want to go land, star, refurbish familiar, so I have a way to attack if they just go for the hunter. Star, play the refurbish familiar. Next turn, we can make a bunch of artifacts on the table. So if I just play the Blood Fountain, the Mere Enforcer's free with what we have right now. They discard a Generous Ent. Plays a Mountain. Looks like they're going to go for the Avenging Hunter. No, they Acid Moss my land. Okay, I think that's fine. We'll go Blood Fountain. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Mere Enforcer. Attack for 2. I think I was okay with trading the tempo there for them not having the Avenging Hunter right away. They're going to play Writhing Chrysalis, which is pretty scary and beefy. Find another Mere Enforcer. So, in Deadly Dispute, this Chromatic Star. Galvanic Blast is awesome. Play the Duras Forge Bridge, Mere Enforcer for 0. I attack with the Refurbished Familiar. I can kill the Chrysalis here, then get back the Refurbished Familiar again later. Or I can kill the Arbor Elf. 4, 5, 6. I'm going to attack with the Mere Enforcer. Because if they want to trade, if they block with the Chrysalis and make it big, I can Galvanic Blast it. Right? See what they do. We do have a bunch of attacks. If they just play out the Avenging Hunter, I can Galvanic Blast it and then swing out with everything. They're untapping their land. They are going to cast the Avenging Hunter. No. They are sacrificing some spawns, putting those on the stack, so I'm going to respond by killing their Chrysalis here. Plays an Annoyed Allosaur, cascading into a boarding party. Cascading into an Arbor Elf. Good for you. I'm just going to trade. Okay, let's go Chromatic Star. Deadly Dispute the Chromatic Star. Okay, I have a Galvanic Blast and a Thoughtcast. I can attack with the Mere Enforcer. If they block, I can kill the Annoyed Allosaur. And then next turn, I can attack with everything and get back my 2, or attack with my Refurbished Familiar and get back my 2 Mere Enforcers for free. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think that works. Send. They block. We will kill this thing. And your turn. Would you like to cast your Avenging Hunter? And tap their lands. Tap another land. Plays a boarding party into a Thermokarst. Yeah, that stinks. That's unfortunate. They don't attack. Interesting. Wow, we find a Krarkland Shaman. We can wipe their board. Let's go Thoughtcast first. That's funny. Found the Glee thing again. That's actually awesome. Let's sadistically this Refurbished Familiar. Okay. Play Krarkland Shaman. And I'm going to go ahead and sacrifice this blood token and make my Refurbished Familiar ginormous. Send 6. Awesome. Bam. You're at 8. How does it feel? Probably not good. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We cannot currently get our Mere Enforcers because we don't have enough mana. We can go Chromatic Star, bargain the star. Now we cannot bargain the star. They get in for 6. Find another Refurbished Familiar. Very nice. Chromatic Star, play a Refurbished Familiar, make you discard. Sticking it to Ponza. They discard the Avenging Hunter. Attack for 6 in the air. Let's go. Okay, you go to 2. Would you like to attack with your boarding party and make my guy a 7/6? Yes. Got him. All right. Sadistic Glee on the Refurbished Familiar is fun. Turn aside, negate. And then makeshift munitions we don't really need. I really like the Glee combo here. I don't know what else to cut though. Maybe the bargains are a bit slow. That Krarkland Shaman was really sick, but doesn't do that much versus them. I guess it's probably good to keep that in though. I'm having a hard time making a cut here. Maybe I just cut the Thoughtcasts. Now I'm just like a black deck splashing 3 colors. It's interesting. Maybe that's the path forward for the Affinity deck here, where we're just like mostly black and then splashing red and green, and then got the blue lands for the sideboard cards. Okay, here we have probably a keep. Can't wait to glee my refurbished familiar again, but they could have a removal spell for it this time because they're probably bringing in their Diglammers, stuff like that. Our opponent mulligans to 5. Anytime you can stick it to a Ponza deck, it feels good. I mean, I feel bad for my opponent for having that happen to them, but I feel good. Okay. They sprawl, naming red. Sure if I should play my red land first. I don't know that it matters. We're playing our bridge. They have to use the Diglammer to get rid of it or cast into the fire. Neither of those would be great for me. They use a Diglammer. They're down to 3 cards. I'll play a bridge again. We are looking to grab another land off the top. They play a Wild Growth, going to 3 mana on the board. Can we find a land? Nope. Play Chromatic Star, pass the turn. Opponent does nothing. We find another land, sweet. Here comes the Refurbished. They discard an Acid Moss, nice. So we have a Vault of Whispers here, and we have to just attack, holding up the negates. They've shown us that they have Acid Moss, so they probably left in Thermokarst and stuff like that still. They cycle. I shouldn't have 6 here. Grabbing a forest. I probably should have gleed this right away. Laser Chrysalis. Okay. Yeah, if I gleed this right now and they sacrifice in response, it's going to be a problem. Ooh. That's nice. Broodscale. Sadistically. Attack you. Maybe that's not worth it. If I attack them right now, then I can make my Broodscale ginormous if they block. And then crack it for red. Wipe my own board. Or at least I can play the Wellspring. Alright, I'm going to attack. They block. Turns on my combo. Love it. Okay. Now I'm getting a giant creature. You don't have cast downs in your deck. Let's go ahead and play a Wellspring. It's so sick to combo here. Another Wellspring. Very nice. Play the Wellspring. Mistvault Bridge. So should I just Krark them now? Probably. Make a red. Go Krarkland Shaman here. So I can actually put another Glee on the other Shaman. And then I can just go nutso. Is sweet. Sacrifice my entire board, have 2 giant creatures. Alright. Our opponent is currently trying to figure out what to do. They don't have any good options, that's for sure. It's too bad we can't sacrifice the token creatures to the Krarkland Shaman here. They have correctly evaluated that we win the game. Let's see you in round 5. Alright, round 5 versus Rush. Play all sorts of stuff. We can't keep a 1-lander though. Let's mulligan. Not great, but fine. Let's keep. I think we get rid of the Mistvault Bridge here. We have more untapped lands, and the other colors are in those lands, so let's get rid of this one. We'll go the Drossforge first, I think, into the Wellspring. Our opponent's on Forest. Utopia Sprawl. Are they bogling? Are they Ponzaing? What's going to happen? Is it Ponza round 5? It is Ponza. Boo, I say. Let's see if we can get them. Find the Refurbished. Let's go Drossforge Bridge, pass. So once again, we can go untap land, star, Refurbished, or just go Drossforge Bridge, star, next turn, play the Refurbished and the Wellspring potentially. That's probably better and safer to just play the indestructible land. Now I'm kind of sad that I put back the Mistvault Bridge. They play a Malevolent Rumble. They find Rumble, Acid Moss, Arbor Elf, Utopia Sprawl. They're going to go ahead and take the Arbor Elf and cast it. So it's kind of nerve-wracking. And I don't really want to get wrecked by an Avenging Hunter like last time. I didn't want that to happen, so I'm going to go Vault of Whispers, Star, the Refurbished Familiar. So Avenging Hunter, we get to attack right into. Otherwise, we play the Drossforge, the Dark Moss Bridge next, and see what happens. They discard a Wild Growth. They have 6, 7 mana on the table. They're untapping their land. It looks like they're going to play a big old dinosaur, Annoyed Altasaur. And they find an Avenging Hunter. Well met. That was a pretty good shuffle over there. Nicely done. We need Galvanic Blast. right now. I guess kill the Avenging Hunter. That doesn't really even do anything on a Mirror Enforcer. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so play the See the Synod, play a Wellspring, draw a card, play the Blood Fountain, Mirror Enforcer for 0. That's the turn. Yeah, we're not in a good spot here. They're gonna go Scry, interesting. They go bottom, plays a land. They must just have nothing else going on. Malevolent Rumble, finding another Avenging Hunter. Leave me alone. Okay. Here comes the other Avenging Hunter. This puts them into stash, so they get to get an extra treasure token. They could attack with this Avenging Hunter. If they attack with anything, I'm probably just going to block and then get back my creatures. They're goading. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to trade. Easy trade. We get a Wellspring here. Go land. I have to attack into them. They block my creature. Get my creatures back. Doink doink. Now let's play a Mirror Enforcer. That was a nice one. Although they're still over here going through the dungeons, which is not nice. So we have to find the combo. So this Dark Mouse Bridge is going to do something. Play another Wild Growth. You have another giant creature. We're at 19. Okay, they have 3 mana. And make 6 mana. The Generous Ent. 3 more mana. Plays a Llanowar Visionary. I think I'm still just going to kill this Avenging Hunter. It's dead. Okay, play the Wellspring first. 6 star. Let's crack this for black. Or green, I guess. Green. In Reckoner's Bargain, the Wellspring, going to 14 life. Finding the Broodscale. Okay. Galvanic Blast. Let's play the Refurbished Familiar. That can trade with the Generous Ent. I mean, not trade, we can just block it so we don't take the 6 damage or 5 damage. Okay, we need Glee. We don't have the mana, though, to do this. So if we find the Glee, we can go star, crack for green, play the Glee, Galvanic Blast your creature, make a bunch of spawns. Okay, so they find Altasaur, Rumble, Boarding Party, Forest, Chrysalis, Arbor Elf. They're going to take the Annoyed Altasaur. Kind of confused about that. Oh, they just had the Boarding Party in hand. Well done. Well done. I concede. You have won the game. Affinity. Ponza. Let's get rid of turn-asides and negates. Kinda need the combo here. I mean, we're going to bring in the turn-asides and negates. We're not getting rid of them. I'm going to get rid of the Thoughtcast and the Reckoner's Bargain, I think. Maybe 1 Wellspring. Okay, we can bring in 1 more card, huh? Thoughtcast is a lot cheaper than a Reckoner's Bargain. We don't really need the life gain. Okay, let's split it like that. Let's see if we can combo them. It's not a very good hand. We're going to mulligan. We have the combo. We have turn 2 Familiar. Let's put back the Reckoner's Bargain. Play the bridge, pass the turn. For a Glee here. Our opponent plays Forest into Arbor Elf. Find a bridge. Go See the Synod, play a Refurbished Familiar. I don't even know if I revealed that I had the Broodscales in the deck. They get rid of a Colossal Dreadmask, which is a really sweet card from Modern Horizons 3, making a 6/6 living weapon thing. You can equip it for 5, turns your Arbor Elves into giant Insano threats. This turn, they're going to Utopia Sprawl. Now they can make 3 mana. I really need to take out that Arbor Elf, so if they don't destroy my land here, I'm going to Deadly Dispute my Refurbished Familiar and blast the Arbor Elf into oblivion. But they'll probably kill my land. They Malevolent Rumble. Finding Forest, Altasaur, Wild Growth. They choose a Wild Growth. They put the Wild Growth on the Utopia Sprawl. Now they have 4/5 mana. I'm going to attack with the Refurbished Familiar. And I'm just going to Deadly Dispute it. And we found the Glee combo. Let's go. 2, 3, kill your thing. Still think I need to kill this right now. Bam. Pass the turn. I cycle a Generous Ent. Getting a Highland Forest. Plays the tap land. They're probably not going to do anything here. Plays a Llanowar Visionary. Okay. Play the Dark Moss Bridge. Go Broodscale, immediately Glee on it, hoping that they don't have some random removal spell in their deck. And then we can hope for the best here. 6 mana, 7 mana, play an Annoyed Altasaur. Oh, finding Malevolent Rumble. Okay. And the Rumble finds Sprawl, Forest, Acid Moss, Sprawl. They take a Utopia Sprawl. There's just so many things revealed, it's hard to tell what's happening. I think that's the only thing we know of in their deck. Let's go to the Synod. Then go ahead and adapt this thing. And then we'll make it huge! Now it's a 12-12. That seems like enough. Let's play the Mirror Enforcer with the excess mana. And go ahead and attack for 12. They're going to have to block, which gives us another spawn. On down. The chumps are beginning. Now I'm going to sacrifice my spawn, Reckoner's Bargain a spawn, draw some cards, finding a Deadly Dispute, sacrifice a spawn, make a black, Deadly Dispute a spawn, back to having black mana on the table, finding a Galvanic Blast. I could Galvanic their Visionary, kind of medium. Let's see what they're gonna do. Plays a land. Utopia Sprawl, okay. So now we know what's in their hand. 6 mana. Plays a Boarding Party. You can just chump that. Okay, they've got an Arbor Elf. They can chump the Boarding Party with the spawns. They decide they want to attack with their Altasaur. So I'm gonna throw my Mirror Enforcer in front of the Altasaur and this spawn here. Then I'm gonna go ahead and Galvanic Blast this one, get it off the table. So there's no more trampling happening. Get more Glee tokens. And my turn. Another Mirror Enforcer. Go Bridge. Enforcer. Cost me 1. We still have the turn aside for some sort of crazy spell that they could have. They will attack for 20. 21. They throw a spawn in front of it. Okay, we have even more spawns. So this gives us 5 damage soaked up easy. Plays a Chrysalis. They have more things to block with. And that's probably going to be their turn. They scoop the game. Sweet. We need... I keep saying sweet. I'm sorry. It's just how I feel. We're going to do our best. Let's try again. The combo was so important. I feel like there's got to be a way to fit 4 of everything. Maybe you just like trim on the Reckoner's Bargain package. There's got to be a way. Okay, so I'm going to keep this hand based on having the Galvanic Blasts. We'll see what happens. Forest for the opponent. Okay. Nothing. Bridge. We find the Broodscale. Okay, let's save that over here, hoping for a Glee sometime. Plays a Forest. Key. I'm going to upkeep the Glamour. Fine. Play my Bridge. There's a land. I'm going to Llanowar Visionary. Okay. Let's go Blood Fountain, put some artifacts on the table. Kill your Llanowar Visionary. See if I can get the Mirror Enforcer down next turn. They play a Wild Growth. They have 3 mana again. Plays a Malevolent Rumble, finding Deglamour, Boarding Party, Avenging Hunter. They're going to take the Avenging Hunter. Boom, boom. Oh, we need to have a creature on the table. 5. Play a Mirror Enforcer. So Avenging Hunter will get murdered by our Galvanic Blast. Plays the Avenging Hunter, okay. I wonder if I can get through this. I have to take the Avenging Hunter off the table and then attack, but would have liked to be able to kill both. I think I can. Deadly Dispute the Blood token. Find the Glee too. Oh my goodness. So I think I just Galvanic here. And then I can also Galvanic this. Attack. Take the initiative. I have no basics. Our opponent plays a Writhing Chrysalis. Alright. But they have to take back the initiative here. And they do it. They get rid of my green land, I'm in a bad way. They make it a 4-5. We're going to forge onto the Mirror Enforcer, making it a 6-6, which beats a 4-5. Awesome. Finding another Mirror Enforcer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I just have to go for the Glee. Broodscale, Glee, and pass. This feels awesome. No, they have a lightning bolt. Bummer. I guess I got a little aggressive. Plays an Avenging Hunter. Dang. Problems. Maybe I should have gleed onto my own Mirror Enforcer. And we find a Broodscale. Gonna Deadly Dispute the Blood Fountain. Mist Vault Bridge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Mirror Enforcer for 1. Pass the turn. We have a turn aside now. We need another Glee. They're gonna make us lose 5 life. Darn. Okay. Plays a land. 7 mana for an Altasaur. Boarding Party. Well, man, I hate this deck's just like, well done. They go Altasaur into Boarding Party. They find Visionary Bolt Forest. Can I get a Glee? It's in for a large amount. I guess I'm going to trade here. Take 6. Have a Refurbished Familiar. Make them discard at least. Play my Mist Vault Bridge. Play my Broodscale. See what our opponent is going to do. They get to draw a card. I'm going to counter the Lightning Bolt because I want to keep that guy around. I'm going to trade here, block here. I mean, not trade, chump and block. Plays another Altasaur. 2 free. Finding a Writhing Chrysalis. Okay, we got Ponza'd into the ground. No! That's okay. You know what? That's how the deck works. Attacks for 6 and 6. We're going to chump. Can we make it happen? So I have a Blood Fountain to get back these 2 creatures, but it doesn't go anywhere. So, GG. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. This deck was pretty wild. I think there's some optimization to do. So, Affinity, not a meme. I think you take the strongest cards in Pauper, you put them together, and you have a pretty good deck. So hopefully you enjoyed. Hashtag still listening. We'll see you in the next video.